It's a beautiful day behind this bar. It's a beautiful day for history. Would you please like? Would you subscribe? We have never had a president quite like Carter. But then again, what would you expect from a peanut farmer? Let's have a toast for Jimmy Carter on his 97th birthday.
Now that's good history.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Toast to History. Once again, I'm your host, Jared, and I'm here to serve you up a pint of history. Today, we go over Jimmy Carter on his 97th birthday. He's about to hit the century mark, everybody. 3 years away. He's our oldest living president. And today, we celebrate him on his birthday. Now, Jimmy Carter, reason why we did that intro is because in my research and my studies about Jimmy Carter, the only way, if you ask me how to describe Jimmy Carter, because I wasn't old enough to see him as president, I'd say, you know what, think of Mr. Rogers running for president. And there you get Jimmy Carter, because they had the same thing. They both had values, and they were not willing to sacrifice their values for political gain, which when you go into a den of wolves like Washington, D.C., is not a good mix. It's oil and water. It's not going to work out well for either of you. And that's what happened with Jimmy Carter. So, I'm here to bring to you the common man, what you don't know about Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was the 39th President of the United States. He was governor of Georgia. He was a member of the Georgia Senate. Military career, he was in the Navy, reaching the highest rank of lieutenant. He graduated from the Naval Military Academy at Annapolis. Jimmy Carter was actually born James Earl Carter Jr. after his father. He is the first president ever born in a hospital. He eventually marries his wife, Rosalind Carter, and they have 3 children. But he is a true rags to riches story. In his town, back when he was growing up until he was 4 years old, they didn't have any electricity. He had a battery-powered radio. They didn't have any of the fancy combines and tractors. They were mule-drawn. So until he was 4 years old, he lived pretty common. They just, this is how my daddy did, this is how his daddy did, this is how we do it. Then he grows up and he goes into the Naval Academy at Annapolis. Joins the Navy man. Serve his country. Right then. Boom. He becomes a very successful Navy person. Before Jimmy Carter's presidency, he was governor of Georgia. Now, running for it, he was criticized a lot for his civil rights. There was not a lot of good civil rights down there in Georgia. This is very deep south. And he supported civil rights. And he stood up for civil rights. That's one thing they got him noticed. But there's still a good old boys club down there. And it still hurt him when he was running for governor. So he kind of put it on the back burner during the campaign. But as soon as he got in, went back to his old ways. Yes, I believe in civil rights. And also, when he goes to run for president, civil rights movement is up in arms. So they like this guy because he supports them and he's done it throughout his life. He ran his campaign from an old train depot in Plains County, Georgia. There is still to this day in his hometown a big giant peanut with a smile on it, showing you that this is the home of Jimmy Carter. He ran as the common man. He was following Ford and Nixon. And people were not really looking for politicians right now. And he comes on, dude, he's like, we have no clue who this guy is, but he's blue collar. He's for us. Yeah, let's go, Carter. This man, in 1976, used Playboy to help gain his campaign. Jimmy, I can't believe you, man. I can't believe you. Oh, it's an article. Thank God. Not too many people are using Playboy to run for campaigns. It's like, who out there is reading the articles? If you have a collection, you're reading the articles, you saw Jimmy Carter in 1976. He did admit to committing adultery in his heart, everybody. In his heart. The presidency of Jimmy Carter. Boom. Here in a nutshell. Oh, come on, everybody. Come on. Peanut farmer, come on. Peanut farmer, come on. See, Jimmy's smiling. He's laughing. You guys should be laughing. Come on. Now, Jimmy Carter coming into presidency. Short and sweet. Nixon. We all know what happened to him. He resigned. And justly so. They were going to kick him out anyway. Ford comes in. Ford pardons Nixon because he doesn't want America to get dragged through the mud, and he feels it's best to pardon him. He doesn't want all of the court cases. He wants to focus on the country and get it out of the way. This pissed a lot of people off. So now, Ford's running again, and Jimmy Carter. People don't know who Carter is. And he's known as the common man. This guy is known the guy who pardoned Nixon. So they're like, I don't like you. Who's that guy? I'll take you. He wins by 2% of the vote. And 297 to 240 in the Electoral College. He squeaks by. Squeaks by Ford. With your new president of the United States, Jimmy Carter. Now, Jimmy Carter, he's not a flashy guy. If you've ever watched him, ever seen him in any interviews, he's not a flashy guy. He walks to his inauguration down the boardwalk with security around him. Walks like Thomas Jefferson did. James, you realize that was over 100 years ago? 100 years ago. We have cars now, man. He sells the yacht, the presidential yacht. He sells it. We work here, everybody. We don't just golf and go on yachts. Wait a minute. Back then, we didn't just go on yachts and do golf all day. We actually put some work in. That's what Jimmy Carter thought. No hail to the chief. He said, I don't like it. He's like, I'm coming into work, guys. First thing he does as president, he pardons all Vietnam draft dodgers. Out of here. It's over now. Hey, we're pardoning you. We're not coming after you. It's time to heal. He starts the Department of Energy after the 3 Mile Island incident. He's like, we can't let this happen again, guys. So he says, no, we got to get a department who controls this stuff so this never happens again. During the Camp David Accords, he gets President Sadat and Prime Minister Begin from Israel and Egypt, and they hate each other. And he brings them to Camp David, which is the nice, fancy getaway for the president, and he said, we're going to talk about this. And there's several times where both sides wanted to just walk out, and he says, no, we are not leaving here until we have an agreement. He was a well-known Christian. His code name by the Secret Service was Deacon. Okay? Deacon. Well-known Christian who would not compromise his values, and that made him a political outcast for a lot of people because he would not go do anything that was against his values, and we all know DC, guys. We all know what happens. And he was out of his realm. But he still was like, I'm going to do the best job I can for the American people. Now, here are some things about Jimmy Carter you didn't know. If you've watched some of my other videos, you see other crazy Carter moments. I have crazy Carter moments. So we're not going to put in crazy Carter moments, but we are going to tell you a bunch of facts you didn't know about it. He's a very successful philanthropist, even to this day. He gives money to different events, he goes to many different things, and he still tries to make the world a better place. He wins the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002, the year I graduated high school, for all his deeds. He was supposed to be up there in 1978 when he did the Camp David Accords. But he missed the nomination because people didn't file the right paperwork. Paperwork is everything, everybody. It's a thing. This man can speed read 2,000 words per minute. And he would stay up hours making sure he read everything that crossed his desk. He huge micromanager. He would read everything. This man was a huge movie buff. Watched over 400 films in the White House. But the main one I'm bringing up to you today, 1977, Star Wars: A New Hope. He sits there and watches a premiere of it with Egyptian President Sadat. Did you guys share a bowl of popcorn? Come on, I got to know. Now, he had a brother, Billy Carter. He comes out with Billy Beer. And it was not a good beer. And he was a hard drinker, and he was a very big thorn in his side during his campaign and while he was president. Don't get Billy Beer. One, it sucked when it was then. Now it's old now, so now it's really going to suck. Don't do it. He's distantly related to Elvis Presley and June Carter Cash. Did I mention June Carter Cash? He's a distant relative. I'd love to hear this man sing. It must be in the genes, man. Come on. Come on, Jimmy. Put out your own CD. Everybody's doing it nowadays. Put out a YouTube channel. I like to see you go shake, rattle, and rolling. Woo! A toast to Jimmy Carter. Now, Jimmy Carter is a man back then people did not understand because he did not have the same mentality. And bad things happened while he was president. The hostages over there. And he worked tirelessly trying to find ways to bring them home. Many attempts failed. And when they finally got to come home, Reagan was president, he gets credit for it. And what does this man say? I'm just happy all of them got home. All 52 got home. And that's what he's happy about. This man might not have been the best president out there, but he was thrown in a situation he was not prepared for. But like any blue-collar guy, rolled up his sleeves and said, I don't need the pomp and circumstance. I'm not going to adjust my values. This is how it is, and this is how I'm going to do things. And if you don't like me, fine. And we, in American politics, we were so fickle. We wanted the common man. And then 4 years later, we want the actor. What could Jimmy done in 4 more years? We don't know. What we do know is this man never quit trying. He never moved from his values. How many politicians can you say that of today? This is to Jimmy Carter, who has lived 97 years. He's almost lived 100 years. What is the knowledge you know in 100 years? And this man keeps going. This man always has a smile on his face. This man always rolls up his sleeves, and he does the best he can. And you can't ask more than that. Happy 97th birthday, Mr. President. Now that's good history.